Everybody, welcome back. In this top 10 video, we're going to cover the game mode of Arena. So a lot of you have probably focused a lot of your attention in this game mode, and rightfully so. Arena is probably one of the more important game modes. You know what? I'm going to say it's the most important game mode, especially when you first start the game. That game mode, to get up there and get those cores, nothing else more important that you can at least do on an individual basis. So you want to make sure you understand those top Arena tunes. Obviously, as a beginner, it might be slightly different because some of these characters might be a little unattainable, but we still like to focus on the top 10 raid tunes that are currently in the game. So this is for the going into the month of August. Yeti, Punk, and myself all put together the top 10 list. We've got the infographic that we'll share here shortly, and then I'll go through and make the comments that might make these tunes appealing to you in the arena. So at least that's what we thought when we were looking at these, and we'll also go through the math to show you how we got to our top 10. So hopefully this will help you kind of maybe narrow in and focus if you're trying to think about your arena tunes. And honestly, right now, it's not that hard to really think about it. It's all Black Order. I mean, spoiler. They're not as good as they were sold as to be as a defense team. They're still good, and it takes a Black Order to beat them. There are some other teams, depending on the punch-up, that can still beat Black Order, but Black Order's still dominating the arena, especially on offense. So anyway, let's go check out the specifics and see who else besides them might make the list.
Me, WolverThor.
Alright, so you guys have seen this graphic by now. Again, as always, Punk doing phenomenal work. We are focused on Arena in this one, which will be our middle purple column. And again, we'll just go through 1 through 10, kind of show you which characters we're looking at, provide some comments, and then go through the math. So let's get to it. So like I mentioned, Black Order is dominating Arena, and right at the top of that list is Thanos. He is the kingpin, no pun intended, of this team. He brings them all together. Obviously, he needs the other 4, but I find that the stronger Thanos you have, the better off you'll probably be. So you really want to make sure these guys end up being around 450k plus. That's really, and I know that sounds ridiculous, but that's really when these guys are just almost unbeatable, depending on how big your Black Order team is. So above 450k team power, you know, a 10, 15, 20k punch-up could become problematic. Thanos is the anchor of this team, which makes those problems rise. So not much to add to her. I'm not going to go through their specific abilities, but Thanos, top of Arena right now with the rest of the Black Order. Surprise, surprise, another Black Order member, this time Cole Obsidian. With the Black Order dominating, you know, Cole is the protector of the Black Order. He is making sure he punishes you every time you hit Ebony Maw, anytime you hit Thanos. He has that ability to get that taunt early on with Thanos' flip. Though, little tidbit, if you didn't know, you probably don't want to use your flip, Thanos' special, second turn. Probably want to save it depending when the actual, if you're facing a Black Order, when the other one goes. So that passive damage that he does, for anyone who does that hits Ebony Maw or Thanos, is huge. You gotta love it. The bigger this guy is, the better. Now, I will say his resistance is not where I'd like it, but if he's got a regen, which is very much possible, his resistance goes through the roof. But he doesn't always get that. So, you know, he could be even better, but he's up there. I actually love his ult. It hits like a ton of bricks, especially if you T4 it. I know it's, you know, a bit later in the match, but it is, I mean, I get 150, 170k hits with mine, and he's not 7-star, and I think he's a 5 red, so pretty solid from a character at that level. Pretty good. So, especially from a protector. More Black Order dominating the list. Surprise, surprise. This time, Ebony Maw. Ebony Maw's ultimate, his passive, his special, everything this guy brings to the table is phenomenal. I do find that sometimes my Ebony Maw dies before I can get his ultimate off, which kind of stinks, but he still does everything you need this guy to do early on in the fight, especially if you're fighting any hero controllers, which probably is only going to happen on defense. You're probably not seeing too many Phoenixes on when you're attacking and on a defense anymore. But I have seen some still linger around Arena, even in my shard. Those higher shards are probably all Black Order all over the place because they get to be 500k plus, which is just nuts. So anyway, his defense up, his offense down, the drain, the heals, the slows. I mean, this guy's awesome, right? So he helps you. If you get that ultimate, you're sim pretty in an Arena. Finally, a non-Black Order member. Number 4 on the list is Black Bolt. Still the king of damage in the game in my mind, doing that passive damage anytime anybody drops below 25%, and his ultimate and even his special. When he has offense up on those things, good night. So Black Bolt is still a factor in Arena, especially if you don't have those Black Order members. So if you're trying to get, towards the top of your Arena and you're maybe a mid-game-ish player or even a beginning player, know that Black Bolt is a solid option if you can get him. Phoenix will not go quietly into the night, Mr. Ebony Maw. So while Ebony Maw does dominate Phoenix, you will still see her occasionally. Sometimes it's actually nice that she gets the ability block because you don't want her to use that special first turn because she's already at full health. So she'll use that basic sometimes to clear an actual Call Obsidian taunt. But I still haven't found myself having many problems with Phoenixes on defense. So I know Phoenix is part of the kind of mismatch team that you put together to beat Black Order depending on their size. Either way, Phoenix is still a queen of Arena. I love how she can bring a lot of different things together, especially if you pair her with Colossus. The 20% health, the ultimate for the clear, it's pretty. She's always gonna have a place as strong as Dark Phoenix is in the game because that Dark Phoenix is still the number 1 ranked toon stat-wise in the game. So as long as that's happening, she's gonna be up there. Now, do you need more than 4 red stars on her? I don't think you do. But anyway, this is where she comes in for the Arena. Coming at 6, Mr. Sinister. This guy was a staple on everybody's defense for the last X number, 4 months, 5 months maybe, for anybody but prior to Black Order coming to the game. And he's still, like Phoenix and like Black Bolt, is lingering around. If this guy clones if the AI clones the right character from you, it can make things kind of messy. So I still haven't found a lot of problems with those type of teams, but Mr. Sinister is still a staple. The heals that he can throw out, yeah, he's just a great character. So I love him. Is he still as powerful in Arena as he was recently-ish? No, not really, but he comes in at 6 and he deserves it. Yo-Yo coming in at 7, and Yo-Yo will always be relevant for one ability, and that's her passive to put down offense down. This, like I mentioned in some of the other videos that I've done for these top 10s, Yo-Yo will, she's the one toon in the game that has one ability. It's like, yeah, I need to use her everywhere because of that one ability. Nobody even cares about her special. Her ult's okay because she gives some energy, but it's like, whatever. And then basic for Black Bolt. So anyway, Yo-Yo comes in at 7. Now we're back to Black Order with Proxima Midnight. They're obviously dominating the list, and this is the speedster of the team. She's got a 2-turn offense down. Granted, it does overlap a bit. She's got a stun and a slow, and the guaranteed assist with Corvus. If you put the T4s in them, it's amazing for buff clears. I love using those two. I T4'd both of them, and I just clear buffs all over the place. So Proxima Midnight is, in my opinion, the, 4th most important toon on Black Order. I love her. If she sticks around, she will make things difficult for you, or easier for you if you're on offense. Coming in at 9, our final Black Order member, Corvus Glaive, Proxima Midnight's man. And like I mentioned, he's going to be clearing all those buffs with her. He's got that special ability where he can get around a taunt if need be, and his ultimate's not too bad if he's stealth. I do find that he typically has offense down for that, but, it kind of helps him get, almost make that irrelevant to an extent. It stinks when the opponent also has defense up, but regardless, I think with his basic ability and the assist from Proxima, he's still got a spot in this top 10 because of how great this team is as a whole. And rounding out the list at number 10 is Ultron. Like I had mentioned in one of the other videos, his lack of red stars severely hurts him. I think at some point they'll probably give them to him, but probably sometime after Dr. Doom's in the game and has his dominance, so Ultron's not just wreaking havoc everywhere. But Ultron actually fell out of relevance a little bit when Black Bolt came in. He lingered somewhat, but Black Bolt made him borderline pointless in Arena. But Ultron came back a little bit when Black Order came, because with a Black Bolt, a Phoenix, and an Ultron at the base, and you could throw in a Sinister Colossus, Invisible Woman type situation to counter Black Order, the minions that Ultron had were really nice. You could rebuff yourself after Thanos used his special. So Ultron came back to relevance for a little bit there, able to give some folks buffs after Thanos did the flip. Is he going to stick here? I don't know. I think eventually he's going to really need to get some red stars to be relevant in any game mode, and I hope they do it. But anyway, Ultron is the last one on our arena list. Let's look exactly how these numbers shook out. All right, so this is our little list that we put together here. You can see Punk, Yeti, and myself all put numbers. If you see a 30, that's just a rank for us to kind of throw. It's a throwaway rank. You can see Invisible Woman and Captain Marvel were close to making the top 10. Ultron and Invisible Woman kind of tied there. I'll throw in Invisible Woman. Punk had her not ranked. Yeti had her 8. I had her at 9. Ultron. Punk also didn't have Ultron ranked. Yeti had him at 9. I had him at 8. Then Corvus Glaive. He makes the list here with Punk had him at 9. I actually had him at 15. Yeti had it a little bit in between there. So he makes the list at 9. Proxima, very similar rankings, getting her up there. I had her a little bit lower. Coming in at 7 is Yo-Yo. We all pretty much had her right around 7. Punk had her at 6. You flip-flop the Punk ranking for Sinister, where Sinister gets 7. Yeti and I gave Mr. Sinister 6, so that gave him the 6th rank. Phoenix came in across the board. Punk gave her 4, Yeti 5, myself 4 as well. So she came in as 5th. Black Bolt, I had Black Bolt at 3, Yeti 4, Punk at 5. And then Ebony Maw, Punk had it 2, Yeti had it 3, I had it 5. So dropped him down a little bit. Cole Obsidian, we were all around the 2-3 mark. Punk had him at 3. And then across the board, once again, all of us in agreement that Thanos is the most critical character in Arena at number 1. So these lists help you guys? Is this helping you focus a little bit? I imagine if you're a beginner, it might not be super helpful if you can't attain these teams, but we hope that it gives you some vision of what you can expect later in the game. Meta could change by then, but for any mid-game or late-game players, this is the list we think that works best for Arena. So come by the Discords. All the links are in the description below. Let us know what you guys think. We love to chat about this type of stuff. We nail it. We totally blow it. Let us know. We'll see if we adjust next time and see how things can evolve. This is going to be something we do very, very often. So that way we keep up with the meta and help you guys out as best as we can. So until next time, hope you have a wonderful day.